Speak to the judge.
Keep moving.
Yes. Bye.
Moving.
Over here. How dare you die?
Everyone else in these territories.
Is that it?
Hi. You looking to join the Kings?
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking. Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters. The name's Old Ben. I've been living in I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to... Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters. My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill. You're telling me, not long after my father's shop went under, no one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh. But no one... Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains. After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for... Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the lady. I never touched a woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to... Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. Yeah, but what can you do? I was stripped of my casino. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different... Yep. I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other... Bodyguards make a good, honest living. And I had the wits and physical build to... After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again. And after a decade, managed to... All right. Till next time.
Submit to a credit check, or present your passport before... Admission to the Strip requires an official passport. These policies prevent less reputable persons from... Please submit to a credit check. Thank you, sir. Exterminate, exterminate.
Over here! You like it, huh? You like it, huh?
Hey there, friend. A bit of advice. You look like you could use some... My stock and trade? All kinds of easy-to-hide things guards can't spot when they're patting you down. An experienced smuggler could get a machine gun or pistol. Simple. You can't bring guns into the casino. Sure, they say you get it all back when you leave. Me? I don't like being... Take a look at these beauties.
I like what I see. Honey, what's your name?
It's hard to sleep in this place, I tell you. Last night, some girl was pounding on my door all night. Finally, I had to let her out. What? My hotel room is so small. When I put the key in the lock, I broke the window. Hey, come on, pal. I'm trying to put on a show here. You're welcome. All right, but make it snappy, kid. This isn't exact... The name's Knight. Billy Knight. And this here's what a lifelong career in comedy will... That's exactly my point, kid. Exactly my point! If you believe my mother since she first laid eyes on me, first thing she said, I guess I got a face only a mother could love because no one else would give me the time of day. Hey, maybe you can help me. See, I can never tell when it's lunchtime. Break's better than a shot. Less chance of lead poisoning. Hey, if you know any gigs hiring, I'll work... Sure, later.
Welcome to Vegas. Make your visit a peaceful one.
Morning.
Hey, fellow, welcome to the Topps Hotel and Casino. I'm gonna have... Them's the breaks. You want in? Buddy, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. I've got you now. I've got you now. Time to amscray.
What have you done? Hey!
Had enough?
I've got you now. I'm out of here. Hey! What was that? I've got you now. Come on!
to meet you. What can I do for you today? Good question. My function is to monitor Mr. House's data network and decode his encrypted transmissions. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a PDQ-88B Securitron, but you can call me Yes-män. It's what Benny always called me, probably because I'm programmed to be so helpful. Sure, Benny had me look at it a bunch of times. It's a data storage device, kind of like a holotape, but a lot more advanced. As for what's on it, well, some of Mr. House's data transmissions made it sound like the chip could upgrade his defenses somehow. That's just a guess, though. The chip's a proprietary format. You need special hardware to read the data on it. There are 2 locations with non-standard hardware on the network. The Lucky 38 and an underground facility at Fortification Hill. I'd look there! Oh, he wanted to kill Mr. House and use the Platinum chip to copy my neurocomputational matrix onto the Lucky 38's mainframe. That would give me control over all of Mr. House's defenses, most prominently his Securitrons. And then, I guess, I just do as I'm told. I was programmed to be helpful and answer any questions I was asked. I guess nobody bothered to restrict who I answer questions for. That was probably pretty dumb, huh? Then I'd have to help you. I mean, it seems pretty obvious Benny wouldn't have wanted me to, but hey, not my fault I can't say no. Again, goal number 1 is to eliminate Mr. House and install my neurocomputational matrix on the Lucky 38's mainframe. Given how you're a new arrival, I also recommend that you get to know some of the region's tribes, so you can decide how you feel about them. By the time you finished up all of that, the Legion should be close to attacking Hoover Dam, and we'll execute the last phase of the plan. It makes me feel really dumb to admit this, but I don't actually know. I've never been inside the Lucky 38. No one has. Mr. House is in there, though. It's the central node of his entire network. Wow. Do you have any idea how special that is? Red carpet treatment. Seems a little mean to use his invitation against him like that, but I'm sure it's all for the best. I mean, Benny was always scheming about how he was going to get into the Lucky 38, but you already took care of that. Wow. The other thing you're going to need is the Platinum chip. You know, the one Benny killed a courier for over near Good Springs. I knew he was carrying a Platinum chip, and I knew right where Benny should wait for him. That's why Benny put me here, to monitor Mr. House's data transmissions. They're all encrypted, of course, but I'm quite a decryptor. Did you know that Mr. House spent 812,545 caps hiring salvage teams to find the Platinum chip? Just in the last year alone? Of course you didn't. Or that there were 7 couriers, but 6 of them were carrying junk. How about their exact routes and the mercenary teams that screened them? I knew all that. Pretty smart, huh? I know that's not true because you still have a head. That's not funny, you getting shot in the head. I really shouldn't have taken so much pride in how I set that up, huh? I feel really bad right now. Of course you do. Sorry about that. And it's wonderful that you do. The Platinum chip is the key to overriding and exploiting Mr. House's defenses. Did I just say exploiting? That's not a very nice word. Sorry if that was getting boring. Well, the Legion is going to attack Hoover Dam one of these days, and the NCR is going to defend it. One side will lose, and the other will win. But the side that wins will be weak, because a lot of its soldiers will be dead. That's when all our Securitrons will show up. We'll declare an independent Vegas and tell the side that won the dam to scram. Or the Securitrons will kill all of them too. Oh, he had some help. A lady friend of his. She said something about living in a fort over in Freeside. but that's all I remember. This is Benny's workshop. When the Tops got renovated, he had this half of the floor blocked off for his own use. I guess you could say it's my entire world. I don't think I've ever left this room, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. Right. It's one of 2 locations on Mr. House's network with non-standard hardware. My guess is it has a reader that can decode the chip. And who knows what else, maybe a giant robot or something. Neat. Let me know what you find out. That's right. Like I said, it's probably pretty important because it has non-standard hardware, just like the Lucky 38. The data on that platinum chip is a big secret, unless you can find a dedicated reader to decode it. Isn't that frustrating? I have to admire your prudent nature. Why get caught up in action, you know? And results? I'll be waiting right here. Don't you just love that platinum chip? Buzzes with power and possibilities, doesn't it? If I were you, I'd almost want to deliver the chip to Mr. House, just to learn all its tricks. That is, unless you want to bring the NCR or Caesar's Legion to power. I wouldn't want to tell you what to do. Oh no, I didn't mean that. Who needs their support? The Securitrons will be all the support you need. What I meant is, you should get to know these tribes and decide which ones you like and which you don't. You know, shape the future of Vegas. Choose your neighbors. If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or, if a tribe is nasty, or going to be a problem, go ahead and exterminate it. It's whatever you want to do. There's a bunch. Some of them you've already met, like the chairman, for instance. I think you should visit the other families on this strip, the Omertas and the White Glove Society, so you know what makes them tick. And there are some important groups farther from the strip, too, like the Boomers, the Great Khans, and the Brotherhood of Steel. Of course, ask away. They must be a really nasty people. I haven't heard a single good thing about them. They fire artillery on anyone who comes near their settlement at Nellis Air Force Base. Talk about rude. If they can be convinced to fire those big cannons at the Legion, or NCR though, well, that'd be neat, wouldn't it? Take all the time you need. Anything else I can help with? The Khans are just... they're a dirty people. They live in tents like animals, and they're very rude. They've been kicked around a lot, but no one's finished them off. Not yet, anyway. They were one of the tribes the 3 families pushed out of Vegas. A whole bunch got killed. So they settled at Bitter Springs, but they kept being so obnoxious, the NCR had to kill a whole bunch more of them. So then, they settled at Red Rock Canyon. There's just no getting rid of them. You set the pace. Anything else I can help with? I remember that Benny used to pay a receptionist at Gomorrah for information. Maybe she knows something. Just that Benny didn't like them. He talked on and on about how they couldn't be trusted. And this is coming from Benny. He hated their casino, said it was tacky, and he thought they were up to something, because he said they always are. Whenever you get around to it, we'll be just fine. Anything else I can help with? Whenever you... anything... From what I understand, they're perfectly delightful. They're cultured, clean, and super polite. Benny didn't like them, though. He said they were creepy. Don't hurry on my account. I'm the one with a flexible schedule. Some of Mr. House's data said that he'd lost a bunch of Securitron scouts near Hidden Valley. Telemetry showed that they'd been attacked with energy weapons. House was pretty sure it was the Brotherhood. There must be a bunch of them holed up there. Not a good place for a robot to visit. They go around in big suits of power armor and they have lots of energy weapons. But there's a downside. They just have a thing about technology. They think it should all be theirs. If someone else has it, they get mad. All I'm saying is, not much of a chance they'll accept a Vegas that polices itself with robots. No rush. Take your time. Anything else? You bet. Please, go on. See you around.
The eyes of the mighty Caesar are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Any crimes you may have perpetrated against the Legion are hereby forgiven. Caesar will not extend this mercy a second time. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands. I am the greatest of Caesar's frumentari. It was not a challenge to find you. Nor is this my first visit to the Strip. Go to him, and you will understand. Seek Kaisar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Kursor Lucullus will be waiting.
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
Hey.
Kaisar awaits.
I heard it got nasty at the Tops. Wish I could have seen the shooting.
Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Seeing the sights?
Morning. For everyone else in these territories.
Welcome to Vegas. Make your...
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss, come back soon.
Your visit, a peaceful one. Be advised, the Lucky 38 is not open to the general public. Trespassers will be shot.
Where to, partner?
Thank you.
Penthouse floor.
Take your best shot, then we'll take ours.
You've been a busy courier, haven't you? You take your obligation to deliver a package very seriously, an ethic for which I am grateful. I will admit, when you ignored my invitation, I predicted negative outcomes. But you have a way of exceeding expectations, don't you? Well, enough. Let's have the chip, then. I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered. Fine. Give me the chip and I'll pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that? Is that an attempt? I've always taken business negotiations. Delivery of the platinum chip. I invite you to think carefully about what you do next, standing alone before... By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded... Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my... I spent 2 centuries searching for the platinum chip. It's my invention, my problem. You needn't be afraid of me.
Engaging target. sense data. Searching for target. Confirmed. Still searching. Still searching.
Casino.
Engaging target. Engaging. Interpreting sense data. Interpreting sense data. Interpreting sense data. Still attempting to reacquire target. Analyzing.
Where to, partner? Penthouse floor.
Well, hello, sugar. Mr. House is... I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get... Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. They're just new money, sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the wife. Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them, but... And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to... Well, let's see. The NCR has... Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might... Anything you like, sugar. Why, sugar? He's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House... Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House... Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do... Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neuro... Mr. House has a lot of needs, sugar. I take care of all of them. And a lady... Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady... Anything you like, sugar. This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino. Or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages. Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron.
What floor, partner?
Be advised, the Lucky 38 is not open to the general public.
You've been a busy... I will admit... Well... Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so... capacious. So very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little... relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made. Some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
Trespassers will be shot.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms that travel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground-and-air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip. I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself. Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. The work ahead is dangerous, but you weather danger well. What did you want to discuss? That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the Platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What else did you want to discuss? General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see. A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn. What else did you want to discuss? I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat. To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table. Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice. NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy. The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those 2 armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss? Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else did you want to discuss? It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it. By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short. On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the Platinum chip had arrived a day sooner. The Platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day it was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died. Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived. What else did you want to discuss? The next step will require you to infiltrate Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill. Absolutely not. Caesar is of great use to me. I don't want you harming a hair on that man's head, assuming you could find one. I want you to open a hatch in the basement of the derelict weather station atop Fortification Hill. You'll recognize it on sight. The hatch bears the logo of the Lucky 38, same as the Platinum chip. You can't, but the chip can. The hatch will recognize the Platinum chip and open sesame. Something very important. I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise, so don't bother asking. I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race. Here, take the Platinum chip again. You will need it. Upon arrival at the fort, it's likely that you'll be searched and the chip taken from you. Don't worry, it will come back to you.
Take your best shot, then we'll take ours. Have a nice day.
Where to, partner? Casino floor.
See that?
Wow. Excuse me, but are you the courier who caused all of that trouble in the Tops? Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology, how he stays alive. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38, so no one knows what's going on. Well, except for you. Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House has used to stay alive for all these years. It could be of great benefit to the people we try to help, many of whom suffer from hard-to-diagnose illnesses. Oh, no, that wasn't really what we had. Really? Oh, I wasn't expect- Here, take this packet sniffer. It'll allow us to intercept data on Mr. House's network. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Good luck.
I thought nobody has ever been inside that place.
That one must be important around here.
Check that out. He just left the Lucky 38.
Damn, and he looks good to me too.
Continuing patrol.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
I'm gonna make you
bloody stupid if you come on to me!
For your country, you commie son of a bitch!
Don't stand still!
How you like that, you mother-loving commie?
Gotcha!
What's up?
Allow me to introduce myself. Programmed to be quite relentless. Please come back. I'm sorry about all that recent unpleasantness. My search routines are quite advanced, don't you think?
You should talk to Chief Hanlon if you have any questions. It's usually up.
Good to see a friend of our government.